What's up, guys? I'm Jeff. I don't like that. I need a mug. What the am I doing, dude? What am I doing right now? What's up, guys? Jeff from TheFloatLife, and this right here is the Onewheel GT S series. What does the S stand for? No one really knows, but the rumor is sport. So there you go. Now you maybe learned something today that might be true. It might not be true. Probably isn't true, but who knows? Who cares? Here's what we're doing. Future Motion now sells the GTS motor by itself. And they actually recommend that you put it on your stock Onewheel GT, not even GTS series. So we're gonna test, what exactly does that do? Does it make your board faster? Does it make your board torqueier? Does it make your board more expensive? The answer to that is yes. It makes it way more expensive right out the gate. So this GTS motor, they're selling for $850 plus tax. And living in the great state of California, that puts our grand total at $911.63 in order to get this motor onto your GT. That's a pretty darn big expense, so we're gonna find out, is it worth it? Stay tuned, we're gonna find out. All right, so we got 3 boards right now. We got the stock GTS right here with the GTS motor on it and everything. We have I say stock, but yeah, stock. But basically this is a standard GT with a standard GT motor in it. We're gonna free spin all of these right here. We're gonna spin them up, check what the top free spin speed is. We're gonna try to make sure that the entire playing field is as level as we can make it. So all 3 of these are gonna be in Highline on default shaping, nothing special and custom. These 2 are charged up to 100% right now. This one we're plugged in, we're working on getting it to 100, but this one we'll test it with 100 also. So everyone will be at 100%, everyone will be in the exact same shaping, everyone will be the exact same sort of defaults and everything. We're trying to eliminate all the variables, right? Everyone should be the same playing field, and we'll spin them up and we'll see what they do. All right, first up we have the GT with the GT motor built into it. So let's check free spin speed here. .36 miles an hour. Let's go one more time just to make sure. All right, so GT motor free spins at 36 miles an hour. Okay, now we have the stock GTS on the GTS full motor here. So let's spin it up and see what we get for a top freewheel speed. Looks like I got 40 miles an hour on the nose on that one. One more time. Yep, Highline, everything zeroed out, we get 40. All right, so our next step is to get a GTS motor into the standard GT here and check that. To do that, we gotta take this whole entire motor out. We gotta break down the GTS. We gotta swap it. It's gonna be a whole thing, but might as well get started, so let's go. Pull up the app, pull up our GT. We're gonna double check, make sure everything is neutral. Okay, and let's spin it up and see what we get here. All right, looks like it's right at 30 miles an hour. Kinda bumps up to that 31 a little bit for a hot second, but it looks like 30 miles an hour is the top freewheel speed of a standard GT with the GTS motor installed on it. So as you can see, we did lose a little bit off the top end there. So you will reach the top end a little bit quicker with this setup right here. And then the trade-off for that is they're saying you get a little bit more low-end torque with this setup here. So, you know, coming out of turns, maybe going through chunk, you'll get a little bit of a snappier front end potentially, but that's mostly due to the stronger magnets that are in here. So the stock GT hub has N42 magnets in it, and they haven't officially said, but we believe these ones are right around N50. You should be right around there. Due to that increased magnet strength, gives you a little more lower end torque, but does reduce the top end speed. Now, you know what, just for the heck of it, because I am curious, let's throw the GT motor the standard GT motor on the GTS and see what it does, because why not? We're here anyway, right? We got the boards apart, takes 2 minutes. Let's go. Okay, now we've got the GTS series with the stock GT hub motor on it. Let's see what this one does. My guess, it's actually gonna have a higher top end freewheel speed because it's got the lower grade magnets in it, and 42s in this guy, so I don't know, I got a feeling low 40s, maybe 42, 43, somewhere around there. So let's see what we got. Let's spin it up. Oh yeah, I hit that one right on the head. It looks like we're bouncing between 42 and 43 on this one. So putting the standard GT motor on the GTS, it looks like you get a higher top end speed, but my guess is you're probably sacrificing lower end torque. So there we are. All right, now for the fun part. So on this part, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the stators and completely swap the stator. So this is the GTS. You know it's the GTS because it's got the little blue emblem on there. And then also we've got the stock plastic lock ring on here. And then this is the standard GT one. It's got the white logo and we've got the aftermarket metal gold lock ring on there that won't break. It's very nice. Let's flip these stators, throw them back in the boards, test them again. This part takes a little longer than just changing a motor. All right, so for anyone who's curious about what curved magnets look like, over here we have the stock GT hub. So this is the one with the regular magnets. It allows you want to zoom in on that guy. And then over here we have the GTS. So this is the one with the curved magnets. And you can tell it's not a huge difference in the magnets. Like you can tell if you look at them side by side, but it's not like a crazy amount of curve. It's like very, very subtle. Alrighty, so let's drop the regular GT stator into the GTS hub. There she goes. And the GTS stator into the standard GT hub. Now both stators are the exact same size, so that won't make a difference whatsoever. The only difference really in the stators will be the GTS stator has some different windings in it, and copper windings, and then the cable is actually a little bit longer on the GTS. They updated that, which is great. And those are really the only differences that we're aware of. Now the hub is where you have the magnetic differences. And we're gonna tighten these in a star pattern here to make sure everything goes down even. Alrighty, stators are swapped. Let's get these guys back on some boards and do some freewheel tests. Okay, so what we have now is we have the standard GT with the standard GT hub and the GTS stator in this one. So we got the GTS stator, GT hub, GT platform. Let's spin it up and see what we got. .36 mile an hour top freewheel speed. Next up, we've got the GT stator inside of a GTS hub. I guess if someone was selling a GTS hub because they upgraded to an MTE or something like that, you could probably get one of these off the internet for cheap. Let's see what this does for your top end freewheel speed. Looks like it's at 31 and then kind of bounces to 30 every once in a while, but I'd say I'd call that a 31. So 31 is what you get with a standard GT, GT stator, GTS hub with the curved magnets. All right, now the one I'm kind of excited for. Right now we've got a GTS stator inside of a GTS frame with a standard GT hub. So N42s we believe in here. This one will be interesting. This one might have a big top speed. Let's find out. This sucker cooks. Yeah, 44 mile an hour top freewheel speed on this one. This sucker cooks. Now that won't have any effect on the pushback or anything like that, but you should technically be able to push this setup to a higher top speed if you've just got a nice smooth downhill. This sucker's fast, real fast. So that's cool to see. Maybe, I don't know, are people gonna start putting GT hubs in their GTSs in order to get a higher top speed during races? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just a scientist around here gathering data. That's up to you guys, the crazy ORL racers. So there we go. We got a couple more to try, so let's keep going. Tell you one thing, I'm getting pretty damn quick at GT tire changes today, that's for sure. All right, guys, I think we're on our last one and we got a malfunctioning light over here, so pretty glad it's our last one. But what we're rocking right now is we got the GTS with a standard GT stator and a GTS hub around it. Yep, that's exactly what this is. So here we go, let's try out the freewheel speed of this one. A solid 38 miles an hour with this setup. And there you have it, folks. We have the results. My hands are tired from changing so many dang hubs and stators and tires and motors and I guess not tires, but the rest of it, exhausted from it. But we now have all the data and honestly, some surprising results, I gotta say. You know, is it worth $911.63 in order to make your Onewheel GT 6 miles an hour slower? You be the judge of that. But, you know, of course, we're just testing top end speed. You know, this isn't accounting for additional low end torque. This isn't accounting for thermal performance. However, if you guys want to see videos with us testing that kind of stuff, definitely let us know down in the comments. We can definitely do a video on thermal performance difference. We can do a video testing maybe the MTE hubs with the different magnets on them. Compare them to the GTS hub and the GT hub. See if maybe curved magnets make a difference or not when it comes to speed. Definitely let us know if you want to see us make that. But to wrap things up, it looks like here's what we got from the results. We got the fastest possible GT build would be a tie, actually, with just a straight up stock GT. That's GT with a GT motor. And a GT with a GTS stator, but a GT hub. So the reasoning for that is the stock GT is an N42 magnet in the motor. So the lower the magnet strength, the higher your top end speed, but the lower your torque, essentially. So by doing those weaker magnets, you get a higher top end speed, but you do have a little bit lower torque. But that will net you the fastest possible GT right there. And then for the fastest possible GTS build, what you're gonna wanna do is get yourself a GTS, slap a GTS stator in there, but swap out that hub for a GT hub. And that will get you the fastest build for the GTS on top end speed. Now keep in mind, this doesn't account for MTEs or anything. You're still stuck with that 6.5-inch hub, but there you go. If you guys want the fastest board, that will do it for you. So thanks everyone, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. This took me like the entire day of ripping stators apart in order to make this video. So hopefully it was a good use of a day. Send this to your friends, post it on the internet, help us make it popular so it wasn't a total waste of my time. Thanks a lot and float on, my friends.
GT motor, GT hub, GTS motor, GTS hub, stator, motor, hubs, tires. I don't know, that was a lot of cool information there, but all those numbers and things kind of got me wanting to go ride. So, you know, I'm finna do that. But if you're not about to go ride, that video is calling your name, you know, smash the like button. Make sure you're subbed to the channel if you're not. What are you doing? Anyways, float on, my friends. GT motor, GT hub, GT motor, GTS hub, GT motor, GT hub. I don't fucking know.